I'm so glad it's Christmas, waiting all the year. A time of laughter and good cheer.
Coming up, an exclusive interview with Stellar Award and 3-time Grammy nominee Rodney Friend, right here on Matters of the Heart. You do not want to miss this, brother.
This is Linda Pearl, and I hope you, like me, keep listening to JBCM Radio.
It's so easy to say I love you, but somehow your affection sends me on an international pilgrimage of love, a journey that allows me to love you in Swahili, French, je t'aime, Spanish, te amo, German, ich liebe dich, Italian, ti amo, Swedish, ja älskar dig, Russian, ja lublю тебя, Chinese, wu ani, Irish, Taka Ogamert. And oh yes, Greek. Sekamo.
Oh, you're at the right place. You're at the right place. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is John Redmond, your host for Matters of the Heart, the 11th episode. Where does time go? I am so glad you decided to actually tune in and listen in for all these weeks of amazing shows and amazing guests, and today is going to be no different. We have the one and the only, the legend himself, Mr. Rodney Friend. He's a Stellar Award and 3-time Grammy nominee, and he's been blessing our souls with music for more than 3 decades. So I just want to share his testimony and his music with you. He came out with a brand new album called Christmas with Rodney Friend and Friends, and he decided to debut it right here on Matters of the Heart. So we are just humbled and equally honored for him to actually do that for us today. But before we get started and meet Mr. Rodney Friend, we're going to set off this whole set with my version of Joy to the World from Christmas Classics right here on JBCM Radio. Enjoy. Hey, family and friends, this is John Redmond. JBCM Radio, Matters of the Heart. I am your host, John Redmond, and we have a wonderful Grammy Award, Stellar Award nominated artist right here on the phone with us. It's none other than Rodney Friend. Rodney, can you say hello to our listening audience?
Hello, John. How are you? And hello, listening audience out there. Matters of the Heart.
We are so glad to
from Los Angeles.
LA's in the house. Rodney, we are so happy to have you here on the show. We had your brother and sister on here a little while ago, Phil and Brenda, and it was Phil who was like, John, have you heard Rodney's Christmas album? And I was like, no, I got the invite, saw that you just did a concert, I guess in the LA area, showcasing your Christmas tunes. And I wanted to be there so bad, but they said it was a wonderful event. And your Christmas album is called Christmas with Rodney Friend and Friends.
That's right. And this time, well, I don't think we've used friends before on some of my previous albums, but this time it was my wife and my two daughters, so it was really my friends. So, and it's like my family. We wrote all the songs and we were able to sing all the songs. So it's almost like a Christmas card to all the listeners out there. We're real excited about it.
It was like a Christmas card to all the listeners. I love this. So, Rodney, I think the first time I actually I've been listening to your music for years. I mean, the Command record days, from CLC to Vanessa to Phil and Brenda. I was Rodney Taylor. I was a Command Records junkie. Can I say that?
I see you were. Yeah.
I've been getting all your records. And and then there was a brother who actually made sure that we stayed familiar with your music. His name was Wayne Batchelor. And Wayne Batchelor was from the Bay Area. And when Word Records put out you all's tracks, he gleaned Touched by the Master's Hand.
Oh, really?
And he wore that song out. He sang it everywhere he went. Anytime he was asked to do special music, Wayne Batchelor would sing Touched by the Master's Hand. It was a favorite of not just his, but ours as well. And that got everybody in the Bay Area and in all the, I'm an Adventist, in all the Adventist churches acquainted with Rodney Friend. We're like, who did that song? And they're like, this is Rodney Friend, Command Records. So when I was listening to your Christmas music, I was just going through all iTunes too and just listening to all your music, from the past. And when I got to Touched by the Master's Hand, just that warm feeling and sensation just kind of went over me and just took me back to my childhood. So again, it's awesome just to have you here on the show.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I don't hear that a lot, and just to hear that, someone was singing the song, that does my heart good. So thank you for sharing that.
Rodney, you have written songs for so many people. Can you name a couple of people that you've actually written songs for?
Well, of course, Phil and Brenda. And by the way, I listened to that show, and it was a really wonderful interview. I listened to the whole thing when you had them on. But of course, Phil and Brenda and Nicholas Plan. I wrote a song for Daryl Coley, who I know passed away a while back. Worthy is the Lamb. So I don't know if you ever knew that. We'll pull that up one day. Worthy is the Lamb. I wrote that
for
Scott Smith produced my second album, Don't Lose Sight. And he was working with Daryl. He was producing Daryl also, so I was able to put that song on that record. Actually, a co-writer, a friend of mine, Don Larson, helped me with it. But yes, Daryl Coley's Worthy is the Lamb.
This is beautiful. Then I see, I'm reading your bio, and I see Natalie Cole. Now, you've worked with Natalie Cole?
We sure did on her Christmas album, actually. We actually sang on a couple of songs. I remember Joy to the World. I can't remember what the other one's on, but I think she only did one Christmas record. But yeah, our choir, my church choir, I pastor a church in Los Angeles, and my choir was asked to sing on her record. And we did a few live performances with her also.
Wow. So
Yeah.
there's so many different layers to you. You're a pastor, Rodney.
I am since 1990. My father was a pastor. We started a church in LA in 75. My father passed away in 1989, and I started pastoring the church in 1990. So that's what's kind of taken me out of the music a little bit. I mean, I play every Sunday. I play piano and everything every week, but really not out there doing my own music constantly. But that's taken a lot of my time. So yeah, been pastoring for a number of years now.
Whew. Full plate. And you said you have two children and you've been married. Janet Friend. We've seen Janet Friend's name on everybody's jacket. Remember the time when people actually looked at the credit jackets for CDs and cassettes? And I used to study those like religiously. Now everything's digital, so you don't know who's playing on what anymore. But we saw Rodney Friend, we saw Janet Friend. How long have you been married to Janet Friend?
32 years.
32 years.
32 years. We actually met in college. We both attended Cal State Dominguez Hills in Los Angeles here, and met in college, and 32 years. Two wonderful daughters. They're 31 and 29. And actually, I can tell the world we have our first grandchild is coming next year in April. So we're really excited.
Congratulations. The Friend family blossoms and it expands. This is beautiful.
Finally.
He said finally. Rodney has been waiting for this. Well, man, congratulations. Well, how about this? We're going to jump right into the music, and then we're going to come back and go on and talk a little more about your church and your music, and then your Grammy nominations. So right now, let's just jump into this first song. It's So Glad It's Christmas. Why don't you give us a little background to that one?
Well, I think on all these songs, my wife and I wrote this song, and our goal was to try and write some classics. I mean, there are certain songs that you hear every year, and you know them, like the White Christmas, and the list goes on of songs that you just hear constantly on the radio. And we really made our attempt to try and write some songs that would just kind of be classics, that every year that folk like yourself that have stations and you just pop ours on like all the time, every year, just like clockwork. So this one is interesting. It's again, So Glad It's Christmas. It's just a wonderful time, and the song just kind of shows our excitement about the holiday season.
This is Rodney Friend and Friends. So Glad It's Christmas from his album Christmas with Rodney Friend and Friends. Let's take a listen.
Children singing, sleigh bells ringing, it's Christmas. Feel the magic in the air. Wishing you could cheer, lots of love throughout the year. Merry Christmas to everyone, everywhere. I'm so glad it's Christmas, waiting over you. A time of laughter and good cheer. I'm so glad it's Christmas in the atmosphere. Friends and family, oh, so near. A time to give, a time to share. Reach out and show you care. There's someone you can touch. Celebrate the season. Yes, you have a reason. Kindness means so much. I'm so glad it's Christmas. Feel the same way too. Merry Christmas to you. to give it time to share. Reach out and show you care. There's someone you can touch. Celebrate the season. Yes, you have a reason. Kindness means so much. I'm so glad it's Christmas. Feel the same way too. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you.
Hey friends, this is John Redmond, and guess what? Matters of the Heart radio show is now on Facebook. Yes, post your comments, share your pictures, like us, or even contact us, because you know what? We want to hear what you have to say.
Hello everyone, I'm Amira Griffin. You're listening to JBCM Radio. You can learn more about us at jbcmradio.com. We are here to inspire you to embrace your creativity.
I'm so glad it's Christmas, waiting over you. A time of laughter and good cheer. I'm so glad it's Christmas in the atmosphere. Friends and family, oh, so near.
I think, Rodney, that is going to be a classic song right there. So glad it's Christmas. I know I love this time of the season, this time of the year, and I know the world actually goes on and counts down to this time of year. And thank you so much to you and Janet writing that beautiful song. But let's talk about you're obviously been in the industry for like how many years? 30 years? 40 years?
30 plus, yes. Yes, I would say that. I haven't calculated, but about that time, I got with Phil and them back in the 80s. So I think that was my real launching pad when I first started working with Phil and Brenda, really doing it on a professional level where I had records that were being produced and that type of thing.
Wow. Yeah, that's family right there. I love Phil and Brenda Nicholas. Tell us about your very first album that was nominated for a Stellar Award.
Actually, for Grammy nomination. So the first album was Worthy, and that was nominated for a Grammy back in 80. I'm going to get my dates mixed up, but it had to be 85, 86.
Wow.
And Al Green won that year. I know that Daryl Coley, Derek Brinkley, I can't remember the other two guys that were actually nominated, but man, I just felt I wasn't even supposed to be in that crowd, but the Lord made it possible, and we were able to go actually to the Grammys a couple of years in a row because Phil was nominated along with Vanessa Mitchell, so all of us were nominated like back-to-back years.
Wow.
And we just got to go experience it, and even though we didn't win, I think the Lord just showed me that He could have made that happen, but He kind of let us experience what it's like to go and to hang out, and it was just a blessing. So,
what an awesome honor, just even to be nominated for a Grammy Award. And wow. Right. So thinking about all the highlights of your career, what's one of those notable moments for Rodney Friend?
Well, I think music-wise, it would be the Grammy nomination. I've worked at a local retailer here for some 30 years too, so I wasn't really traveling during that time and touring when we got the Grammy nomination. But again, it just showed me how awesome God is, and He can still give us the desires of our heart and still open up doors and still help us to be joyful in the things that we do. And so that was just like a miracle music.
So tell us about this next song we're about to listen to. I Can't Wait.
I Can't Wait was written by my youngest daughter, Renee, and she was just the ideal person to help me write this. I think I came up with the little hook. I can't wait to Christmas morning. And she went back and kind of wrote the verses and the rest of the song. But she's always been, and again, she's the one that's pregnant now with her child, but she always had this excitement around Christmas. I mean, and she still has it to this day. Christmas morning, she'll be the one that gets up early and waking us up, and she's the one that makes sure we put the Christmas lights up. I mean, it's always been that excitement about Christmas morning, and for her to write this song, I just think she was the ideal person to write it. So, again, I can't wait to Christmas morning. Just excitement around Christmas.
You're hearing it right here for the first time, maybe. JBCM Radio Matters of the Heart. This is Rodney Friend and Friends. I can't wait.
Of hope is here. You got the tinsel, trim the tree. Don't forget about caroling. On this cold and windy eve, celebrate for the night is young. Sit by the fire and relax. Christmas Day will surely come. Everyone's filled with cheer and love, joy upon every face, such warm embrace, special way. Can't wait, can't wait, can't wait, can't wait, can't wait for Christmas morning. Can't wait, can't wait, can't wait, can't wait, can't wait for Christmas. Can't wait, can't wait.
I Can't Wait. Christmas with Rodney Friend and Friends. And that was I Can't Wait, written by his daughter, Rodney Friend. And wow, love that song. I can't wait for Christmas. And it's just like, honestly, can you believe it's just 1 week away? It's exactly 1 week from this Sunday. And wow, I can't wait for Christmas. Just, I think magical things happen. We never ever want to forget the true meaning of Christmas, and that is Christ, and Christ, not just his birth, but also his death. So knowing that you're a pastor, Rodney, if somebody wanted to come and visit your church, what would they find there? Would they find your passion at that church? And if so, how would they actually see your passion as a minister?
Well, I mean, of course, I have a passion for music, so they would definitely see that. I think if they walked in on Sunday morning, they would see me on the piano or the organ, and then they'd wonder where the pastor is until somebody finally says the pastor is on the piano. So I spend a lot of time just musically every Sunday morning, playing something, singing something. But I think they would see that our church has a true love for the Lord. I remember back, and I don't know if I've ever shared this on radio with anybody, but I spent some time around the Winan Brothers years ago, and there was a point in my life just before I connected with Phil and Brenda that I was riding around with Marvin Winans. They were out here working on their record, and I was taking them to the studio or something, and I told Marvin I was challenged about where I should go and where I should be at church, and Marvin told me, he said, boy, just stay around people that love you. And I'll always remember that. I always tell my congregation that those are words that I'll never forget, that I've stayed around people that love me. I know they loved my father because, again, my father was pastor there, and I had to make a decision whether I was going to stay musically active or if I was going to settle down and really work in ministry. And I believe the Lord really directed me the right way, and I just thank God. And now I'm able to kind of do both. I've been in ministry for a while now, so I'm able now to kind of focus on some music things too, and the Lord's given me the best of both of those worlds.
Wow. Beautiful, Rodney, beautiful. I remember Vanessa Mitchell came to the Bay Area, a small little Baptist church, I think it was, in Oakland, California. And she brought the full team, and you were there. You were right there on the keyboard, yes. And my teacher, Sheridan Albert now, but Sheridan Brown brought Vanessa. They were longtime friends, and Vanessa was, I grew up. I think Vanessa was the segue to everybody else at Command for me. And when I saw everybody show up, it was that was my first real concert. And
really? Wow.
That was right when Higher Ground came out, and you were on the keys, and you were just right there, just flowing in the spirit, and I was on the front row. I remember my mom promised me, I was right there. This is Sheila Robinson territory. I think Sheila Robinson was the MC that day from KSOL, and I remember my mom. We grew up on welfare, so we were real PO. And my mom promised us that she was going to take us to the Vanessa Mitchell concert. And right toward the end of the week, when the concert was upon us, she looked at her monies and saw that she could not afford to take us. And so she was like, "I'm sorry, kids, I can't afford to take you guys there." And my heart was broken because that was going to be my very first concert. And I love Vanessa. I love Command Records. And I was just like, you know what? No, y'all, we're going. My grandmother went on and encouraged me to start my own little savings account. And she started me with $100. And I said, no, we're going. And I went in my savings account and I paid for my two sisters, myself, and my mom to go to that concert that night. And that really moved me, and I was just like in seventh heaven because it took a sacrifice to actually go there, and but it was so worth every penny and more. I was in the I felt like I was in the presence of greatness, great music. The Spirit of God was there. And it was so worth it, So I remember that, and it was a Command Records type of ordeal. Even though Command, wasn't putting it on, it was just like everybody on the stage was from Command Records, and I've been following you guys ever since. So y'all have deep roots with me and my family. So thank you again.
I don't think I've had goosebumps doing an interview in a long time, man. That gave me goosebumps. Like, I wish I had the video. It actually reminded me, when you said it, reminded me of I think the Temptations movie or something, where one of the Temptations went to see some band, and he was right on the front row, and he was just awed by it. And there's a lot of stories like that people were just awed by music, and it kind of changed them and changed their direction in life. And that was just a blessing, man. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it.
Oh man, no, thank you. This means so much. When Phil was like, "Oh yeah, I can probably get Rodney on the station for you," I was just passing out. First, I can't even believe that I'm talking to my gospel idols. It's just like these icons. that I grew up with their music, and now I'm just like picking up the phone and calling them and talking to them. It's really truly a dream come true. And I just think that that's just God in the flow and in the mix, and I'm just so grateful, just so grateful.
I feel honored just to be on with you, man. I appreciate it. I just appreciate it. It's amazing what God's able to do and how He's able to keep people connected. So I know we haven't spoken for years, but I thank you. Appreciate it. It's interesting because when I think about our music, and sometimes you wonder, as an artist and as a writer, you just want the music to go out there and be a hit and everybody just love it and you be number one and all that. But, talking to you right now makes me realize it doesn't matter if it's number one. If it just touches someone like yourself that we can share today, I just think it's all worth it. If it took me to do that record, to have this conversation with you and to see how I was able to kind of touch you way back then and now you're trying to help me, it's all worth it. It's all worth it.
Wow. All right, before I get to start crying up here and show my sensitive side, we're just gonna go right on to Holiday. Right. This is Holiday from Rodney Friend, Christmas with Rodney Friend and Friends. Let's give a listen.
Happy holiday. Relax your mind, kick off your shoes, hang up your coat, work days all through. No more worries, no more stress. Relax your mind, it's time to rest. It's the holiday. Relax and get away. You might be traveling by boat or plane, automobile or by train. Time to spend with family, food and laughter, fond memories. It's the holiday. Relax and get away. It's the holiday. Relax and get away. It's a holiday. Relax and get away.
Honey, what are you doing on the ladder?
It's like he's burning out, and I'm going to try to fix it. I think it's the wire.
Just call American Electrician. They have the same day service. 719-520-9999.
Ah!
See? I told you to call American Electrician.
What's the number?
American Electrician. 719-520-9999.
Are you interested in being a sponsor or underwriter for this amazing show? Then call 719-299-0879. That's 719-299-0879 and ask for Jay.
He asked me a question.
What's up, everyone? You're listening to JBCM Radio. You can learn more about us at jbcmradio.com. We are here expanding the appreciation of creativity in all forms.
I'm so glad it's Christmas, waiting over you. A time of laughter and good cheer. I'm so glad it's Christmas in the atmosphere. Friends and family, oh, so near.
And we are back with the one and the only Rodney Friend, Stellar Award nominee and 3-time Grammy nominee on Command Records. Back in the day, this is a part of the Command family. Rodney, thank you so much for joining us here at Matters of the Heart.
Thank you, John. Thanks for having me.
So let's go on.
Did that song make you want to get away on a holiday? You know, that song we wrote, not just thinking about Christmas, but just any time to relax and get away. So you can play that all year round. Don't wait just till Christmas time to play that one.
And I'm going to be playing that one all year round. Love that song. Y'all got some serious writers, and just knowing that you brought the family in, and I love the whole family effect. You know, you don't leave your wife out, you don't leave your children out. This is a family affair. Right. Christmas is supposed to be about family and friends, and of course about Christ. What would be your Christmas wish for America, for the listeners, for the world today?
I think my Christmas wish would be that people enjoy their family. As you said, you know, Christmas is about Christ, and we certainly believe that. We thank God for the birth of Jesus. But my wish is that people would just recognize that if you have family, if you have parents, if you have brothers and sisters and siblings, and that it's a time for, you know, really appreciating that. That should be more, it should rise to the top of your appreciating your family more than appreciating the gifts and the things that we can go and spend our money on. Because, you know, once we spend our money on things, they fall apart, they break down, but it's just something about family. My family is kind of dwindling. My mother and father passed away, and like they were the rock of my family, and you know, I miss that so much. And my wish is that people would just appreciate their families that they have, and it'll be a great time of gathering and just appreciation.
Well said, well said. And that I partner with you on, and wish that to be our Christmas wish for everyone out there listening. Don't forget about your family. Don't forget about your friends. Don't forget about, you know, the happy times. So many times around this time, we start losing loved ones, you know, for some reason. I don't know what it is about, you know, between Thanksgiving and Christmas, but we just start seeing people pass away. And, you know, the last thing you want to do is have regrets. I should have, I could have, I would have. And, you know, I was thinking about doing this, but I didn't. I was too busy. Take time out to actually go on and bring Christmas cheer and Christmas joy, you know, for those who you don't know, but especially for the ones that you do.
That's right. Well, there's a line in the song that says, "This time is more precious than silver and gold." And I wish I would have realized that, earlier in my life. But I realized at that time with my parents and my family gathering together, it's more precious than silver and gold, more precious than all the money we can have and all the things and material things we can have. And we need to cherish that.
Beautiful, beautiful. Rodney, can you go on and tell us, for those who are listening to this wonderful music, how can people get Christmas with Rodney Friend and Friends?
Well, if you go online, it's on iTunes, it's on Amazon, it's on Tidal, and all those different means online nowadays. So if you just type in Rodney Friend and Friends, it pops up for me. So I know it's available out there on those means.
So it's digitally available everywhere worldwide. Wherever great music is sold, you can find Christmas with Rodney Friend and Friends. And
Right.
For those who want to actually get in contact with you, Rodney, and maybe want to bring you into their event or have you do a concert, or they just want to say hello or sponsor you, or whatever the case may be, how would they get in contact with you?
My website is rodneyfriendmusic.com. They can go there. My email address is rodneyfriendmusic@gmail.com. So those will be two ways right there. Matter of fact, if anybody wants a hard copy of the record, I can make that available too. So I have some already pre-boxed right now. So if they would send me an email there, I can get back to them and work that out for them. We don't have any hard copies in any stores anywhere, so they are digital now. Different day and time. I think me and Phil were talking about the other day about how, Command Records, we used to send all those records out and box them and send them to different record stores, and it's a different time now. But one thing you don't get to see is the credits. You don't get to see who wrote the songs and who's actually the musicians and everything unless you get a hard copy of it. Then people will be able to see that.
Such a loss, such a loss. And with technology, I wish there was some way that they could actually go on and import that data along with, the music itself. Maybe it's coming. Coming.
Yeah, it's possible.
Well, Rodney, thank you so much for taking your time out of your very hectic, busy schedule to talk to us and talk to our listening audience out there in Matters of the Heart. We're going to end on one of the songs that I really love as well. And I know if you all get this record, you all are going to love it as well. We're going to end on Dream Christmas. And we just want everybody just to have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year. Any last words you want to tell our listening audience and JBCM Radio?
Just thank you, John. I appreciate it. I appreciate the Matters of the Heart listeners, and I appreciate your stories, man. It's like, man, I can't wait to get home to tell my family I spoke to you again. And thank you for sharing the accounts of taking me back to those days of traveling. And, it's just always a blessing to talk to someone, meet someone that knew you back in the day and can just makes it all worthwhile, makes all those trips that we rode all around the country, it makes it worthwhile when I can hear stories like that. So thank you.
Amen. Tell Janet we said hello, and we thank you again so much for spending a little time with us right here at Matters of the Heart. You all, this is Rodney Friend, and this is Christmas with Rodney Friend and Friends. Make sure you all go pick it up, go download it on iTunes or Amazon, and we're going to end right here on Dream Christmas, right here on Matters of the Heart.
Everyone is here, friends and family. They're all gathered round the Christmas tree, while joyful songs fill our hearts this Christmas morn. Wishing you